Yo, 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 what's up? Good morning, guys. Morning. Good, I'm good. How are you guys doing? Doing some chill grinding right now. Probably going to go over some of the new stuff coming out or what potentially could come out. In a bit though, in a bit. Yeah, it's been a minute since I streamed. I've been so busy training this character. So um I had to just lock in for a long time so I can get this character to a good level. Sir, can you give me any advice for my character? Yeah, put in your IGN and then I'll give you a gear review. Okay. Kizaru. Let's see here. Oh, no worries. Hmm. Okay, we got a shadower here. 3.8k, 66 IED. Lost damage. Okay, it's good. All right, we can take a look at your gear. Okay, it's fine for now. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I would probably work on if I were you is changing this emblem. Either don't have that much of a budget, sir. Okay, well, regardless of that fact, even if you're not trying to spend that much money, this emblem is not really good where it's at right now. The 6% damage and the 9% luck isn't as good as if you were to get something like 9% attack and then like a 6% attack or something. But I mean, you can keep this for now because it does give you damage when you train and stuff like that. But just know that this is, probably one of the first things you want to work on because at the current moment you don't have that much ignore enemy defense. So, if you're trying to tackle some of the harder bosses, it's going to be really hard if you don't have any of that. So, yeah, just I would say like this is probably the most important one to work on. But other than that, it's just getting everything to like, a higher tier. The Star Force looks fine on everything. Yeah. Alternatively, you have some empty slots like the bell. You can fill that up with a neophyte bell if you want. And yeah, no, when you can work your way towards another ring because you're missing a lot of damage just from that alone. Any defense ignore in the emblem, sir? Yeah. So ideally, whenever you have any sort of like, you basically need 3 lines of ignore enemy defense on between your emblem secondary and your weapon. Right now, you only have 1 line right here on the first line. You ideally want 3. I mean, you can get away with 2 for now because you're not tackling some of the harder bosses. But when you start doing stuff like CRA and stuff like that, you're not going to do any damage if you don't have any ignore enemy defense. So this is definitely something you want to work towards. Like ideally, you get this and this to legendary. They're both very, very good at legendary. Let me see how much it costs actually to enhance with the black cube for the like, 37 and 40. Yeah, so if I were to spend any money on anything, it would for sure be trying to get this to legendary. And then you can use, red cubes to get the potential to like something like 1 line attack, 1 line ID. How much will it cost her if I will? Well, the estimated cost is 100 black cubes. So right now the cost to do 1 black cube is 37k or 38k around there. So it should cost around like 100 times that. Yeah, so it is expensive, but it's something that you want to work towards. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, so the estimated cost for this to get it to legendary is about 3.7 mil. So I mean that's not super bad. Of course, it takes a while to get it up there, but in terms of the value that you get, it's beats everything else, and it's the cheapest one to do as well. Should I get that the potential that sir before the missing gears? Mm, I think it's probably a little bit better because even if you buy the gear, right, you still have to upgrade it. So like at least with this, you you can make it usable. Like you can use it right away, right? So I think it's a little better. And also like, it just depends on what you want to buy. Like even if you buy like let's say you buy a pink bean belt, that's like you still have to upgrade it and it costs a lot of money. Like just having the item itself is okay. Yep. No problem. Let me answer this next question. What's your opinion on why the token keeps going down? I've been playing Maple for a while, but the whole crypto aspect of the game is new for me. Well, right now it's just the thing is in a game like this, the value of the in-game currency is always going to be based off of like supply and demand, right? And right now there's just not enough content or the game isn't balanced right where people aren't going to buy the token. And that's just the way it is, because initially, there's a lot of hype in this game. That meant like the price of the coin was really high. It started way too high. That's like the worst thing it could have done is that it started at $3 because when it starts at $3, it's very, very hard for it to continue to keep going up. And I think it's better as it comes down because the lower it goes, it means that it's easier for people to start enhancing stuff, and it also gives time for the game to develop and also grow. Just with the like starting from the ground, basically. Like you're looking at it from like KMS, GMS, and all those things. Those games have been out for like 20 years, and this game's only been out for a month, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And the price of the token doesn't really dictate the quality of the game, in my opinion. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. What should I buy first, my weapon or secondary weapon for Shadowware? Not sure if I want to fully commit to Von Leon. Buy the secondary for sure. The secondary will give you way more value than the weapon because it's way cheaper to enhance and you keep it forever. The only thing about the weapon that really makes it good is that you put Star Force on it, then you can get a lot of damage, but to enhance it is very expensive. Yep. I think that, in my opinion, that the token is probably going to keep going down until they're able to create like the right balance between like content and just making rewards feel good. I think they just need to make more ways to progress rather than spending money, and then that would bring in more players, and in return, like those people have fun with the game, and then maybe they'll spend some money because for the token to go up, you need to have a buyer. Facts. And why is shower shit so overpriced? Um, it's because Shadowware is probably one of the best classes in the game. So, there's a lot of people that play that class. It's a really, really, really like their kit is just really good. Their damage is pretty good too, but it's not like what makes them OP. It's their kit. They just are able to deal with all the bosses, and their farming is super good. Sir, can you explain what it means to have 3 lines like that? I can get it, just sir, just a newbie, sir. Yeah, so basically, when I mean 3 lines of anything, it's like like the lines that you're looking for on your potential, right? So, for example, on the weapon emblem and secondary, you always want like either ignore enemy defense, boss damage, or attack, right? Those are the lines you're looking for. But between those three, you want at least 3 lines of the ignore enemy defense combined. That means like, your emblem. Here, I'll just show you. So for example, my emblem has 1 line of ignore enemy defense. The secondary has one line of ignoring enemy defense, and the weapon has ignore enemy defense. You don't have to have it all split between all the items. You just want to make sure that you have 3 total among all the items. Yeah, so they are actually planning on doing a balance patch for classes. So just keep that in mind. I was going to make a shadower guide. Well, I don't know what kind of balancing they're gonna do because for sure they're going to change something with shadower. I hope they don't like do anything too crazy because the thing is they don't even do like you know like an insane amount of damage compared to like other classes. Like their damage is really good, but what really makes them good is their kit. Like they just have really good uptime, and their kit is just makes a lot of bosses very easy. So I hope that they don't change their kit too much and they don't like nerf the damage too much. Will you make content about it, sir? What do you mean? Are you talking about the like the changes are coming up, or what do you mean by that? I thought that Shadower was the most OP class, but I think right now it's probably Corsair, and they're not OP because of their kit. They're OP because the way that their damage is scales is it's just I think they just didn't balance it correctly because they balanced this game around the job when these characters were created, and then some things like that slipped through. Explain 3 lines like that, sir. Um, I have a video I just released about upgrading. So I would just watch that video and maybe you can figure that out because I do explain it in that video a little bit. Um, anyone who watched Yoke play Shadow and that is why Shadow is expensive. I mean, they're a really good class, like there's no denying that. Corsair is the most expensive gear right now. Yeah, I think it's because the class itself, like with all the exact same gear that I have right now, they can probably solo Lotus and Damien. It's they just do like 30 to 50% more final damage, so it's just really bad damage balancing. Like imagine having a class that just does like that much more damage compared to all the other classes, and it's because they probably didn't realize how the balancing was. Let's see. How to get close to 100% crit rate? Okay, well there are a lot of sources of crit rate. The easiest one is doing hyperstats. Other sources are through like items such as like the secondary. And I have it on my weapon as well. That gives me 18%. There are lines you're not really looking for. I just happen to have them. Decent sharp eyes gives you 10%, and then the NFT collection. So you just have to find crit wherever you can. Oh, and also the link skills too. Get the archer ones. I have a video on how to get as much crit rate as you can, but it's just trying to find them from whatever sources you can. Dude. What do I need to send for you to be able to look at my character? I only invested a little bit, but that's what I can work. But I would like your advice on what my next step should be. Yeah, so just send me the IGN, your IGN, and then I'll do a gear review for you. I started with Dark Knight. That class is so bad. Yeah, dude, it's just that the class balancing in this game is just really bad because, like, a lot of these classes they are balanced around fit job with having like a lot of the reasons that make them really good, right? So then when you make it that with their fort job skills, some classes are gonna be really good and some classes are gonna be absolute dog shit. What's the update from one of your friends who used Paladin who didn't spend that much money last stream? He can solo until easy sickness. Oh, okay. So, well, he doesn't really play like a ton. He only really plays occasionally. So, he's like my friend. So he also parties with other like people that are like pretty end game. So he doesn't spend that much money, but he's been able to join Lotus and Damien parties because he can give support. He gives a bind. He also gives ignore enemy defense. He gives a little bit of damage from combat warriors. Like he doesn't really spend that much money, and he's able to get you know into parties and is able to split the loot amongst the people. So he doesn't like really play the game that much. He only plays like he does his dailies, trains a little bit, and that's it. Yeah, but he's a very experienced player though, very experienced player. I'm still stuck. I'll have you check out my gear too. Yeah, just put in your IGN. I'll help the other man's first, and then I'll help you out. What's the IGN? Where do I see it? Oh, it's just your name inside the game. Like mine is this name. Also, if you guys notice, this is my alt character that I'm training that I'm training right now. The gear unlocks soon, so I can go back to my main. I'm tired of playing this alt, dude. I want to play my main again. My daily fix. Oh, I think that I had you as a friend, but you know that there was like a bug the other day. I deleted like everyone on my friend list to make sure that they don't go into my boss runs. So that's why you're not on my friend list no more. What class is best with fit job? I know some classes are really good. I don't know what's the best. But the best one is the best. Some of the good ones are Night Lord is supposed to be really good. Fit job. Hero is really good. Uh, Bishop is insanely good, but Bishop's always good. Paladin is good. I mean, like almost every class is pretty good. Um, Bowmaster is good. Like it's. I think it's harder to find a class that's ass. Like every class is because it becomes way better. Okay, let's see. My man's okay. So we're just starting off right now. Uh, okay. Yeah, the Unchained stuff. Okay. What I would work on for sure on working towards is getting the secondary. This is like for sure the most important thing that you can get. Other than that, you can also work towards the emblem. Emblem is getting cheaper, still expensive for a lot of people. So you don't want to get the emblem. That's completely fine. But for sure, you want to at least try to get the secondary. Actually, I'll look at what the price of the secondary is right now. I haven't looked at the pricing for some of the stuff recently because it's just been like so volatile, so it's hard to keep track of everything. Damn. Okay. I mean, like it's something you got to work towards. It's not gonna be cheap. The emblem. Yeah. So I think that the secondary is definitely your best option. It is definitely not the cheapest item to get, but it will give you the most value out of it because one is cheap to enhance or cheaper to enhance, and then it also gives you the most damage. So this is something that you're gonna work towards, in the long run. But once you get it, get the get it to like this. Basically, just make it like usable, where it's like 6% attack or whatever. And then look towards to either one. Decide on getting boss equipment or the neophyte. But that's really up to you. You want to spend. I think I can get it if I sell a fake accessory right now. Would you recommend that? I don't know if I would because did you buy this fake accessory? Um, it was a drop. Oh, okay. So you got it from a drop. Mm, I mean, you can sell it if you're planning on rocking the boss set. The thing is that neophyte is really good because it's cheap to enhance. That means that you don't have to spend that much to make it really usable. And actually, I like this item too. I actually use it myself because you only need like a certain amount of boss accessories. Like having all of them is you're gonna overcap on the set bonus. So you could sell it, but this item itself is actually pretty good. Like I wouldn't like I would personally keep this and try to find another way to get the secondary. Because the thing is you're still really early in the game, So like uh either you gotta spend money to get the secondary, or you gotta just farm or get lucky on drops again. But yeah, this is like your biggest thing that you need to work towards. And other than that, like just focus on seeing what accessories that you want to go towards. You want to go for the boss set, or you want to go for the neophyte set. Go for the neophyte set. You don't got that much money, or you're trying to play free to play, because it's very hard to progress with the boss set. It gets really expensive. All right, let's see. So depressing waiting for the extra time, watching people FOMO price down, toss them into potentials. Dude, I mean, people be spending, honestly, even though everything going down, like the enhancer price is still expensive. Yo, should I buy CRA hat or one of the lucky hats? The lucky hat is technically better if you like get the absolute set as well, right? But the problem with the lucky hat is when the Genesis weapons comes out, then it's like a toss up, because you know, I don't know how they're gonna do the Genesis weapon in this game, but if it's the exact same way as it is in the regular game, then the CRA hat is way better, because the Genesis weapon counts as a lucky item, and your lucky hat won't count for that set effect. So in that case, the CRA is better, like way down the line. It could be like 3 to 5 years, but it's technically better like right now. Like it's best in slot right now. But since we know like what comes out in the future, then it's not going to be as good later on. But the thing is, I think that the lucky hat is still like okay to enhance if you're a cooldown class, because you can always resell that hat. But if you're not a cooldown class, then it doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. Hi Yoked. I'm struggling to decide what items to get right now. My character is Rick Owens, wondering if I can skip armor items and go for all boss items. Oh, I see. I'm shower. Thanks. Yeah, I mean it's not the worst idea, but if you're looking at 3 to 5 years in the future, then the CRA is probably better. But yeah, as it is right now, the lucky hat is definitely like it's slightly better. It gives you like 10% extra boss from when you have the ab slap set. Oops, wrong name. All right. See if I should skip armor items and go for all boss items. I see. I see kind of where you're heading. Actually, I don't even think it's the worst idea to do that, because the boss accessories, they um they stick around a lot longer than the rest of your equipment, unless you get like Chaos Root Abyss equipment, because CRA is basically like best in slot for a really really long time, like pretty much forever. Um, so like it is technically better to invest into your accessories. They're way easier to enhance as well. Like they are usually cheaper. The accessories have a higher percentage chance to hit the lines that you want, because they don't have a lot of junk lines. So I don't think it's the worst idea, but eventually when you get everything else, then you can think about what kind of route you want to go. It's all chaos hats the same. I think that maybe you get slightly better flames with Vellum hat, but I mean like that's very marginal. It probably doesn't matter that much. I would just get the one that that's the cheapest, or the one that you like to look the most. I mean, Queen and Vellum probably give the best flames. Vellum probably gives slightly better flame, but it doesn't really matter that much. Can you analyze my Corsair? His name is Lunar Reverie. Yeah, got you. 170, dude. They might nerf Corsair, so start abusing this class. Start abusing it before they nerf it. Damn, you got some pretty good IAs. Let's take a look at the IED though. Okay, we got no IED. Oh. All right. So I would say the first thing you want to do is probably try to work towards the secondary and the emblem. I'm assuming that Corsair's secondary is expensive because this class is supposed to be very, very expensive right now. Um, but here are two things you can do. The first thing is you can wait for the balance patch update, and they're probably gonna nerf Corsair, and that means the price of everything is gonna fall. Or two, you can try to abuse it while they're strong right now. But you want my opinion, it's probably better to wait after the event because you know, or after they get nerfed because they're very likely to get nerfed. Between um next month and August. I think they're gonna do it next month though. So that means that, everything is probably going to drop for their class, and you're probably not going to make the difference in, boss drops from getting stronger. When is the update? I don't know when it is, but they said that they're going to put out the update either next. Well, they're going to update the game in July and August. So there's more classes coming out. Legion's gonna come out. They did say that's like the things they were gonna do. So it probably means that this month there won't be any more events. It's just going to be like I think after next week, maybe we'll just see the end of this drop event and it'll be like a chill period. Can you check my character, Bushi? I have 40 mil waiting for a good price on CRA, but don't know if it's worth. Yeah, I'll check you out. Oh, put a space. Do you have any of the CRA pieces? Or you're just deciding if it's worth picking up or not? I mean, your plots are fine. Wanting to pick some up? Okay, yeah. I think that it's not even the worst idea to pick up CRA. Um, okay, so this is just my opinion on CRAs. Actually, at 10 star, and if you have the CRA. I'm not gonna lie. I think that even clean CRA is probably better than this it might be a little bit better than the Von Leon. And the reason for that is because you get, you know, okay, actually it's probably not better. I thought about it some more. But you do get like a lot of boss damage from the set effect, which gives you a ton of damage. And also the weapon itself, like I'll just show you my weapon. So my weapon, it has 160 attack. That's without enhancing it at all, right? And then also on top of that, it also gets 30% boss damage and 10% IED. And that's clean without, enhancing it at all. There's a lot of value in that, itself. So like, even at clean is good, right? And I said it was 160 like clean. And you can get this to um like 5 star. Like, yeah, it costs some money, but like at 5 star, this that weapon is better than what you have right now. Even like if it's clean or not clean, like enhanced only to 5 stars. So I think that like it probably will give you more damage. I the only way to really know is to do a BA, but in terms of like cubing cost and all that stuff, like the hat is really, really expensive. But I think that like, yeah, it is going to be expensive, like, no matter what, but, even getting it to Epic, like, right I would, like, tell you to keep the Von Leon if it was more progressed, but since, like, the Von Leon isn't really progressed that much, I think that it's probably worth picking up and maybe just trying to get it to even like rare 3% is fine. Like it's makes it probably better because you also get the IED as well. So you don't have to invest too much into it and you work on it slowly over time. It's definitely better than the Von Leon. It's like not even like close in my opinion. Um but other than that, like you can min max like a little bit of stuff like the B pot on this could be a little better and also this one too. But I mean those are not as important as everything else. Like, I think even clean CRA, weapon, like the Fafnir weapon, at like 5 star is better than what you have going on right now because you get like the set bonus and all the IED. It's definitely like you're also missing a little bit of IED too. So the extra IED actually helps a lot. Yeah. All right, I'll do yours first. Yeah, my friends just recently started working on their CRA stuff, and on the weapon, they get it to unique, and it's one line unique, and it's better than the Von Leon at like 17 star, and then the Von Leon is pretty good. It's like 3 line usable, but the CRA is just so good when you have everything because you don't have to invest. Like you do have to invest in it, but you can invest like it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's still better. Yeah, no worries. Wait, how come I can't look at your name? Is this spelled wrong? Okay. IL 78. 79. Okay, some crit rate. I know IL got no crit rate, so I think Cygnus is better right now. What do you mean by that? Like Cygnus Knights? Cygnus Knights are generally their kit is really good. Oh, what the fuck? I mean, what exactly are you looking to do? Because where you're at right now, you're kind of strong. Cygnus weapon to invest in. Oh, I don't know. I have to look into that. It also depends on what class you are, I think. But then it depends on how pricey the weapon is. Um, yeah. So, what did you want to do with with your account in particular? Because I think that would give me a better idea. Oh, I see. You're not. You don't have that much IED. Honestly, I feel like your biggest gain is to re-roll this potential and try to get 3 line usable. Because right now it's boss is really good, but if you get something like boss attack, or let's say you get boss magic attack and IED, it gives you more damage. And even if you hit something like boss magic attack, that's still better than what you have right now. The boss is really good, but yeah, like it's better if you go for 3 line usable. 3 line usable, I don't know how much it will cost exactly, but doing the red cubes is not even that expensive right now. I have a second to reroll. Oh, what? Wait, what is your other item that you have? I see. Um, I mean, you could do this one. I mean, this one is definitely worse on the B pot, but I I would just it's just really up to you. Like you could do this one, but yeah, you want to get 3 line usable. It's because you're missing a lot of IED to do damage to bosses, but your pots are actually pretty good. Um, you can maybe look to get some of your items to unique though. Like these are good. Oh, these are really good. What is this? This is really good. Yeah, just getting some of your other pots to unique is probably not a bad idea. But yeah, it's mostly the secondary, I think, right now. You just gotta get 3 line usable. Yo, what's up, KB? Hope you're doing well today. Is it true that soloing gives the best chance for raffles? If so, is there a difference between doing bosses versus man for raffle chances? Yeah, you should always be trying to solo as many bosses as you can, because the way that the drop works is you split them amongst your party, right? So like each boss clear just counts like for one loot raffle. So if each person solos and they get their own loot, so you should always try to do everything with as little people as possible. If you want the maximum amount of rewards. You're gonna swap 3-piece CRA for IED. Let me think about that. You will get 20% IED from doing that because you get 10% from the hat and then 5% from the top and 5% from the bottom. So that's 20% IED. That's good, but you still need like a little bit more, I think. Is this your I don't know how much you'll have, but your goal is to try to get around 85. 85 is a good decent area to stop at, but you know, if you're in a party, that's fine. If you're by yourself and you're doing some of the harder bosses like Lotus and Damien, you ideally want to get 89 in a party or 93 if you're looking to solo slash duo. But I mean, you're kind of far off from soloing slash duoing, so you know, getting like 89 or 85 is fine. But other than that, like your gear is not bad. It's just I think that, you know, it's really up to you if you want to get the CRA. The CRA is for sure better, like 100% better, and you can eventually work towards the Fafnir weapon. But you know, it's just going to cost a lot of money, but it's for sure better, you know. But like I'm just telling you from if you know you want to keep the gear that you have right now, you just work on the secondary, and that's good enough. I mean, you just need one line of IED, and then like 3 line usable is really what you need. That's like the most important thing. Like the badge itself is good, but I mean, then you can only boss 1 day of the week. I don't know if that's what you want to do, unless you bought all of them. You have all 7. Oh, okay. I mean, like yeah, like you can get the CRA, but I don't know if that'll give you like 85 IED. If it does, then you can keep it, and that's good enough to use for the majority of bosses. What's special effect on badge? Basically, each day of the week, if you're doing anything on the day of the week, it gives you like 10 IED, I believe. That's a special effect. It gives you 10 IED. If anyone wants another gear review, can you give a quick explanation on how to do boss with Shatterer? Yeah, I'll go do HMAG real quick. I'll show you how to do the boss. So does that mean 2-man PQs give better raffle chances? I don't know exactly how the PQs work because I don't do that type of content. But I'm gonna assume that you know it probably actually I don't know. I don't really know how the PQs work. I feel like that one actually you might just get your own raffle. Could be completely wrong though. What's the huge update? The huge update that's coming soon is we're very likely to get new classes, Legion system update, and um we're getting like buffs and counts and balancing between classes. That's what it is. All right, I'll give you a what you call it, a bossing explanation. I'll explain to you how I boss. Okay, HMAC is a really good boss to showcase this class because they have a lot of tools to deal with you know the boss. So the one thing that you want to watch out for when you're bossing with this class is you know if they have any way to knock back you, then you should always use your assassinate because you get a super armor. And in terms of like, you know, when to use smoke screen or dark side or whatever, you just use it like when you have a good opportunity. So for example, right here, I can use my shadow veil and lets me have like better uptime while avoiding like the meteors. And right here, I can use my super armor to armor through. Right here again. See my shadow veil is coming down in a bit, so I can smoke screen. Oh, messed up here. So right here, I'm smoke screen. So I keep the uptime high. Right here, super armor. I mean, this boss is just like super annoying to deal with. So sometimes you will just die. You don't have any ways to answer with it. But you're whenever you use smokescreen or shadow veil or whatever is mostly just to try to keep the uptime up. Or trying to find opportunities when you can get that chip. So for example, right here, I have my shadow veil up again. I can use it to go on dark side, and I pretty much get like really good DPM. I have no way to dodge that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. Do you have a Discord for your community? I'd like to join if there's one. Yeah, just look in the link in in the description below, and I have a community Discord. I mean, like I think that there's a pretty good amount of people in there now. What am I doing? OMG, I was watching your stream while training. I forgot to reapply my XP coupon. Dude, I forgot to do that all the time. Oh yeah, I'll do your review. I didn't see that. I'll do it right now. The darkness and all. Where did they announce the Legion system and stuff? Discord? No, they did it on Twitter. So you gotta look at their director is Towel Holder A. That's his handle. Towel Holder A. Darkness and all. Where did thank you for the help, brother. I have to go, but if you're streaming it now, I'll join again. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming till reset today. Okay. Just good review for Mr. Darkness and all. And we got 11K stat. Kind of juice, bro. 90 IED. Well, what we got a question on? That's what that's a real question. What we got a question on? We're thinking about. Oh, what the fuck is this? 20 star, 20 star. What the fuck, bro? What is next upgrade, dude? Odds are good, right? Okay, let me think. 3 lines. Okay. I'll look at your shit. Okay, your next upgrade is it's weird because your Von Leon is pretty cracked. I mean, I feel like if my Von Leon was this good, it'd be very hard for me to want to switch off to CRA. But I think that if you want to keep it, which I probably would right now if I were you, it would be to look to start replacing your Von Leon and your shoulders with the Absolab gear. Like, yeah, it will take some time, but they're not started up very high, and the potentials in them are okay. So, the next thing I would start working on is potentially looking for Absolab because the shoulder itself is like whatever's like the Royal Black Metal shoulder is not that good. The Absolab shoulder is much better, even if you get it to like 17, 16 star and you get it to like even like 3% luck, it's probably better than what you have right now. And just in terms of if you wanted to keep let's say you want to keep like everything, The next gain that you can make is getting this to legendary and then going fake double prime. So it's basically what I have. I'll show you. Basically, the glove is a decent sharp eyes and crit damage. That gives you a ton of damage. But I mean that's it's really expensive for the Absolab one to do that. So if you wanted to work on something, that is something that you can work on with what you have right now. But I'll take a look at your other stuff. I mean, other than that, it's just you can fix some of the ring pots a little bit. We're getting to like the end, like the later stages of the game where you do have to, like the places you're looking for upgrades are just gonna be like things that you have to fix, right? So getting these to legendary and getting them to three line, fake three-line or three-line usable. Because right now this is basically like a two-line legendary, right? It's 15 and it's 15 6. That's 21% total. That's basically 12 and 9 on legendary. And then the same thing as this ring. I mean, this ring is good because it's 3% all stat. So if you want to like wait on, I mean, you could probably keep this, but this is one of those things that you can technically fix. But I would for sure do these two because these are like things you can make upgrades on. Let me see what else you can kind of min max. Uh, get three-line usable on this also. Then you can keep this. Yeah, so it's just fixing some of your pots. Yeah, it's pretty much fixing your pots. Like, I mean, your most of your stuff is good. It's just like in general, whenever you have any accessories, you always want to get them to three-line usable, especially where you're at right now. It's what will give you a lot of not a lot of damage, but give you damage for the amount of cost it'll take. Do you think I should focus on 20 Star Force gloves, shoes, or get Abso? I mean, me personally, because of how they structured this game, like before, you know, I would be more comfortable telling people like, "Oh, you should work on your Von Leon or whatever." But now, since they made it so easy to get the Absolute gear, like the cost itself is not very expensive to obtain the gear compared to how I thought it was going to be. So now it's something that I think that a lot of players can look to work towards. Like, yes, it will take a much longer time, but you're investing into an item that you will keep like for a very, very long time, and it will give you a lot more damage than if you were to invest it into like your gloves or whatever instead. Like, yes, it will take a lot longer to get them to a place where you can have them and use them, but there's like the way I see it is unless you're trying to push for, like trioing or whatever on Lotus and Damien, then you should just be patient. Will we have Gollux or they're gonna skip it for this version? Well, Gollux is not gonna be in this game. Gollux in general is a very overpowered system inside of GMS that they will not bring to this game like 100% sure. I think that the one thing though that you might want to watch out for is that they're doing an update for Magnus, right? And during the beta, Magnus used to drop Tyrant equipment or like just like all those items, like the superior items. And they said that they're going to try to make Magnus drops better. So if Tyrant capes do come out, that is something that you can potentially look to work on because like if they are how they were in the beta, then they'd be way too OP. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna get tweaked a little bit. But just in general, the Magnus Cape is very good value. It might be better if you just cube it a little bit and you don't even have to Star Force it. It's probably a little better for the cape and maybe the gloves. But I don't know if that's what they're gonna have or how the item is gonna be. So I would have to see. But other than that, like I think the Apso is really good to work towards. Like I mean, it's kind of annoying because your pots on your other shit is really good already. What's the min requirement for dual Lotus? I would say around 15K stat, and you also have to be really good. Like you have to be like really high uptime. So that means like two good players, 15k stat. And additionally, you want to have 3 line usable on your weapon, secondary, and emblem. Ideally, it's a CRA. It probably has to be a CRA. And then also like pretty much 17 through 18 star everything. That's like I would say the general like duo for a lot of people. I'm really close to soloing, so you can do it a little bit less than my gear, but like that's kind of what you would have to be around. Do you think with Legion system it'll make up going Von Leon instead of Apso? The thing is, with the Legion system coming out, like you won't get a lot of the benefits right away from Legion because it takes time to like upgrade the Legion board and also even just to level up the Legion in general. I don't know how it's gonna be in this game, but if it's like in the regular game, even if you have like all level 200 characters, it will take like at least like a few weeks to get it to like higher Legion. On top of that, even with the Legion board and everything like that, you don't unlock the Legion slots like right away for like the IED, the crit damage, the boss damage, all those good ones. They come like way later, and they had to release so many more classes to fill out those blocks first, or those that the board first. So just know that it will benefit you, but just know that it'll also come like way later down the line. But I mean, your gear is fucking cracked. Honestly, it's just I mean, you can choose to go upgrade the Von Leon. Just know that the resale value on Von Leon isn't as good as it used to be, and you're just working on an item that caps out. But I mean, like you can use this gear until fifth job. Like you could do that. It's just not optimal. That's it. I personally just like the Absolab more because it's more future proof. But yeah, it costs way more money to do it as well. And unless you're trying to focus on, um, you know, trying to do the end game stuff with like less people, then I mean, I don't know if it's even worth it. It's pretty expensive still. Weapon, helm, and outfit cost total 300 mil to make. Are you talking about um oh, you're talking about your Vol Neon? Yeah. I mean, like I would just keep your shit unless you want to sell it and then upgrade to CRA, but like I don't know how who's gonna buy your gear. That's it. Like you could sell it for a good amount of money. I just don't know how much. I mean, your stuff is pretty crazy. The thing is, they messed up the balancing. They messed up the balancing. Before it was like, damn, I have a 20-star Von Leon. Now it's like, damn, I have a 20-star Von Leon. It's like really good, but then like everyone can buy CRA instead. Like, that's what people are looking for. Do you think Arc came out with Legion and class update? Unfortunately, not. I think that's gonna come down later down the line. I think minimum for us to get a fifth job update, it has to be like at least at the end of the year we can maybe potentially see it. Like it's a I would say I would give it like a 20% chance. And there's just I just don't know. But let me see. I'll ask you a question. At what point does Sierra beat 20 star Force Von Leon? Well, the problem with Von Leon is that it's not a top and a bottom, right? So I'll sell your thing pulled up. So the overall itself gives 45 attack, and that's at 20 star, right? I'll show you just my CRA. This one is 19 attack and also comes with 2 attack. And then this one is pot a little more, it's 18 stars, so it comes with 30 attack. So at 17 and 30 star, I get more already than your other stuff, and also with the hat. So the hat is 19. So I mean, basically, all 17 is basically equivalent to Von Leon. But the problem with it is the weapon, right? It's super expensive to pot and work on the weapon. And at 20 star is like, I mean, like that might be a trying to think about this. it might be like a 17 star, like Leon, maybe 18 star. I mean, I'm sorry, 17 star or 18 star Fafnir in terms of just like raw attack. But in terms of pot, like you have to work on the pot. That's fucking expensive. Your pots are actually kind of good, so I don't know. It's very hard to say. This Corsair is getting nerfed. Should I switch now to Paladin? Okay, it's not guaranteed they're getting nerfed, but they're very likely getting nerfed. But if you should switch if you want to switch. Just know that it's kind of hard to like if you have equipment, then you also have to sell the equipment, because you're not swapping from a like a dex class to another dex class. You're swapping from a dex class to a strength class. So um like you could if you want. Like I'm pretty sure they're getting gutted though. Like I think right now they have like 30 through 50% extra final damage on every other class. So that doesn't really seem balanced. How about class maybe Cygnus Knights for resistance? I think that for sure we're going to get Cygnus Knights. I think we're going to get it sometime next month. I feel like the nerf isn't going to make them bad just playing level as other classes, right? Yes, I think that they just do too much damage and they're just going to get to a place where like they just do more like even damage compared to everyone else. Apparently Paladin's nerfed by like 30%. Wait, what do you mean by that? Are you talking about like their damage, or you're saying that they're gonna get nerfed? I feel like Paladin is like, I mean, you don't play that class to do damage, in my opinion. You play that fucking class to bind and support. Apparently Paladin is nerfed by 30%. Oh, I mean, if they are, then it's probably because their kit was too OP. Like their kit is OP. It's objectively broken because they give support, they have a bind, and they also have like they can ignore like enemy defense. So I could see them nerfing them, but they're still really strong. And Corsair was buffed by like 40%. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if anything, like Corsairs, if they get nerfed, they're not gonna get nerfed by like 50%. They're probably gonna get nerfed by like 10 through 15% at most. Like they're not gonna just gut that class, I don't think so. I think they're going to just make them more reasonable. Like they'll still probably be like decently strong. Maybe Shadow or Assassin will become similar to Web 2 skills. I don't know. I don't know what kind of balance changes they're gonna make. I don't think they're gonna do anything like giving them new skills or anything like that. It's just gonna be like tweaking numbers, Like I think that's the only thing they're gonna do. Like at most it'll be like, oh, this skill now grants ignore enemy defense, or this skill now grants like a little bit of final damage. But I don't think it's going to be like, oh, this class gets like a completely new skill. Like they're probably not gonna do that. It's just like some number tweaking, that's it. I mean, honestly, what they really just need to do is just give some classes a little bit more love and be fine. We complain enough on X for them to act on it, dude. There have been so many negative threads about it. I mean, I wrote one. Like I know the game has a lot of problems. Like even though the game has a lot of problems, like I think that it will be very good. It just will take some time. Like it will be like the way I see it is come back in like a year, right? Like maybe not a year, maybe like 8 or 9 months, and then like I think that will be a really good time to play, because that's probably when we're gonna get fifth job, right? And when you get fifth job, you get so much more content. Like the content we have right now is honestly not really that good. It's pretty bad compared to when we get it with fifth job. And we have no classes to play at all compared to what we have in Web 2 Maplestory. I mean, when Cygnus Knights come out though, like those classes are gonna be very, very strong. Like I looked at all their kits, and at least like 3 of them I think are going to be very, very good classes. Like I think maybe not at the top, but I think definitely they're going to be one of the best. Are you swapping Nightwalker? Dude, I don't know. That's the thing. Like the thing is, I mean, I didn't even main Nightwalker in GMS. So like it's not like I have like a lot of experience in Nightwalker. but I think that they're a better class to play like long term. So like I don't know. It's like I think that for me, the smarter thing would be to stay at Shadower because one, it fits my playstyle a lot more. I'm very used to playing the class now. But the reason why I don't want I don't really want to play Shadower that much is because like the way burst works, like once fifth job comes out, their burst is very like awkward. It's not very nice compared to like Nightwalker. Nightwalker is like they get a really good burst. Like they just, put like 1 through 8 and then just start mashing, they start hitting and then they just use like their rapid throw or whatever. But with Shadower, it's like you gotta do all this crazy shit. And then they have to keep up like high DPM on the boss, which I am very familiar with, so it's not very like, not very, very difficult for me to do. You want Hyperburn and Cherburn? I mean, honestly, this game, I don't think they'll ever have that. So yeah. Let's see. Once Fit Job comes out, everyone's suddenly doing CRA. Yeah, but the thing is, like, okay, this would initially be a problem for me if the item, drop rate was very low still. But the fact that they juiced it up so much, like, just give it like, a month or two, and the rewards are gonna be like completely drained. So like, I don't really think it's a problem if everyone can start doing CRA because it does at that point it doesn't really matter anymore. I was thinking Night Lord and Nightwalker. All I would need is offhand for the two mains meta. Do they not? Oh, they don't share the secondary, huh? I think that that's a pretty good idea. The thing is, I think that Nightwalker is gonna be way, 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 way better than Night Lord on at fourth job, right? But at fifth job, I think Night Lord they have the most insane burst like ever. Their burst is just really, really good. And for some bosses, it's like very useful. Like for Lucid, it's really good. Like just certain bosses, the Night Lord will definitely shine in. You just all share one. Oh, I honestly I didn't know that because I never share equipment in reboot, so I don't know. But I mean that's good to know. Like yeah, that gives a lot of value actually. You play Sickness Knight, you roll a good secondary. It's very liquid. Maybe they might change it in this game though. Every single class has their own in this game. What I was thinking though is that so in like regular GMS or in KMS or whatever, Hard Lotus and Hard Demon have 30 times or 20 like 5 times the HP of of normal, right? And I don't even know if there's enough damage in the game to even be able to clear those bosses. Like even with like unless like everyone in the party is like 22 star with double prime everything and with good flames, I don't know if there's enough damage in the game with like the current systems or even with Legion and Lynx. Like I think that it might be impossible. I could be wrong though. But it's something like you solo Lotus, you have to be able to solo Lotus in around 6 minutes to contribute in a 6-man. That means you have to find 6 people that can do that. I don't even think that we're even close to that power level in the game yet. So I don't know. Is it possible to get next set of bosses on their easy normal before H Lomian, or are those bosses even stronger than H Lomian? Actually, those bosses are easier, but they wouldn't do that without Fit Job because they want to do everything by the stories and by like the story, and also like the requirements to do those bosses. You also need something called Arcane Power or Arcane Force, and the only way to do that is to release the bosses, like to release the areas that contain the bosses. So they wouldn't do that. But I could see them do something like change the current Lotus and Damien, make those easy Lotus and easy Damien, and then make a harder set, like one set of bosses, the same set of bosses, but with more HP. So instead of being like 20 times the HP, it would be like 5 through 10 times the HP. So I could see them doing something like that. And then they'll have like hard Lotus, hard Damien with whatever the difficulty is. So this way it makes it more like evenly balanced in terms of like damage, and that's something I could definitely see them do. Yeah, kind of like how Corn Tail stream modes, exactly like that. But they would just basically make what normal is right now to easy, and then make its own difficulty. Like that's something that isn't even really hard to do because they like you just have to modify the HP values. I wonder how they would decide loot then for normal slash hard. Yeah, that's actually a very interesting point. I don't know. Let's see. Have you been grinding flames with a group? What do you mean by that? I mean, like, I have two characters I've been doing flames on. It's this one and my other main. So it's like basically two main meta, and I just mooch off of my friends whenever they grind. I just come by and get my 2K mobs. So it's the mooch meta. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you do dailies, people in your yeah, I do that. Yeah, I only do that for two characters though. Yeah, I could do that. The only thing that I think that's worth doing though for is flaming because I need my equipment to do bosses. Let's see. Is ice lightning good? I think they're decent. I've heard from maybe like a handful of people that some people say they're really good, some people say they're okay. Like they don't do that much damage. But I mean, I would say they're decent because they have a bind, so that makes them useful in parties. But their bind is also much longer than it has a higher cooldown than Paladin, so they don't have as much value as Paladin does in a party. But they're still good, like they're a good class. I just think that right now they would benefit a lot more from Lynx and Legion because their crit rate is really ass, and they also need like attack speed +1, buff duration, all those things. It's kind of yeah. The guy who owned the first Kaiser sword, he's grinding like 8 flames per day doing this method. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, like the thing is, like there 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 is a lot of value in doing that if you want to flame all your shit. I just personally don't want to do it because one, it takes a lot of effort, and two, um, like I need to keep my equipment on my characters because I want to be able to boss. But that's just me. I would only say it's really worth doing it on the pink cup because the pink cup you can transfer and it's usable by every class. But once you have a good flame in the pink cup, then like doing your other shit, it just like you could do it. It just takes a lot more effort. That's it. And you can only transfer the items like every 10 days too. I was thinking Chaos Horntail Flame instead of pink cup because so many people have been flaming cups. Yeah, but I mean, like it's true you could do that, but I mean, you could definitely do that. It's just I haven't really seen too many people look for horntail flames. That's it. I mean, it's definitely something you can do. I mean, yeah, you're thinking outside the box. It could be something. The thing is, that it's just it might be hard to find a buyer. That's it. Also, I'm pretty sure that mech pendant gets better flames than chaos horntail. Do you think bishop would be useful for later bosses? I mean, I think bishop is very very good in party bossing. But if you're talking about like bosses that aren't out yet, like they're insanely good. I mean, even in the late game bosses, they're really good right now, right? Like for CPAP and Lotus and Damien, they're extremely good. They give so much value to the entire party. The only thing that Bishop is not really good at is solo bossing. That's it. They get very, very much. They get a lot of value with party bossing because they get more damage and they provide more damage as well. I didn't catch what you said. Which was better? Oh, the Mechanator pendant. I think that one gets better flames. Like I'm like 90% sure. The stats on the mech pendant isn't as good as the horntail, but they get slightly better flames. But it's very marginal. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. But if what you're trying to go for are good flames, and it might attract the right buyer. I mean, that's why I rock a mech pendant because you can get slightly better flames. But the stat difference is so marginal. It really doesn't matter that much. Holy fuck, you just did 15-star Fafnir? How much did it cost you? Yeah, I don't even want to. Only 15 mil! Oh shit! Holy fuck, bro. You're lucky, man. I see where your luck went. Dude, the Fafnir is. Oh my god. It is crazy. Hey, congrats. Now you just need legendary potential, bro. That shit is so expensive though. You guys are about to do Damien? Dude, good luck. I mean, that shit should be free. You guys are like, should probably fucking look at start maybe dueling eventually. I don't know. I think that they should release a slightly harder version of Lotus and Damien, but they had to make the rewards like make sense, right? Like how would they even balance it? Actually, I have a really good idea. They can give Oz rings like for those bosses, like continuous one rings, weapon jump. I think that's not even a bad idea. I think there would be some value in that, you know? But who knows if they would even add Oz rings this early in the game. I know they will eventually. I mean, the damage gap between normal and hard Lotus and Damien is so high. Like, we pretty much dry on bossing content, and there's no way. I mean, I could see them doing like something crazy, like buffing one of the other bosses. Like, fuck, what are the bosses we have that are actually worth doing? Actually, I don't know. All the bosses are kind of ass, right? What would they even do? Like, make a extreme, extreme CRA. But I don't know, like how do they make the drops even work doing those bosses, right? I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Sometimes I think it would be better to just hold USDT and just DCA and XPC for 6 months until they add Fit Shop. I think that um the like you want to look for a really good trade to do is you just buy NXPC before Fit Job, and then it'll probably go up a lot when Fit Job gets released because NXPC it's dropped a lot, but like if it gets to like a really low price, like let's just say theoretically gets to like 50 cents or whatever, like there's I mean it can only go down so much more, right? And then if it happens to happen around when Fit Job is released, like it's like a layup trade in my opinion. But I mean like I mean like you play this game to like make money. It's pretty hard. Like it's pretty fucking hard. I would not say that the majority of people that play this game have made any money. I mean the thing is like to make money really though is you have to eventually sell your character, you know? I think that's when you really make money because when you enhance shit, it's like you're just spending on your own character and then to get that value you have to sell it. So, if you have your exit, then yeah, sell your fucking character. Then you can have like a good exit. But other than that, it's like you just play the game until you hopefully break even or something. I'm be right back. All right, I'm back. Everybody that I know that makes money don't progress because they're stuck in a cycle. Yeah, I mean, like you have to, you know, the way that this game is balanced is if you do want to make money from the game, you can't ever progress your character, and like I don't even think it's that fun at that point, because you're just doing the same bosses over and over, and your character doesn't get stronger. But if that's what you want to do, then that's how you have fun. Then yeah, you can do that. Yeah, it becomes a job. Honestly, though, like, dude, there's so many better ways to make money. Like, I think that you might as well do something else. All right, let's look at your gear. What do I need to prioritize my gear accessory reroll my secondary? Thank you for your help. Yeah, I'll look at your stuff. Let's see what you're working with. Okay, we don't have too much going on right now. Okay, you probably want to get this to boss damage, but you can keep this for now if you don't have that much honor. See what your question was? Any part accessory or reroll my secondary? Okay. Oh yeah. So this actually isn't really that good, even though it gives you 21% stat. I think it's something you definitely want to like roll over eventually. Like it's probably fine right now, and even getting something like 9% attack, it's probably not a huge difference. Or I don't know if it's weaker, but like you do want to work on getting this, to something else, like something like either boss and attack or boss IED. Because right now it's basically the way I see it, it's basically like one line of attack or one line of boss. Let me look at your other stuff though. Okay, same for your weapon. If you want to work on the weapon, get this to 6% attack, and then get the B pot to like 3% attack. And then the earrings, get this to 3% or 6% strength. You want to upgrade it, get it to epic. This is fine. Oh yeah, so basically for all your items, just get them to like, percent stat on epic or whatever. But this you probably want to reroll a little bit, and you definitely want to reroll the B pot a little bit too. So try to get 3% attack. But other than that, like in terms of like items that you can upgrade or purchase, like you can either purchase neophyte or get the emblem. Those are like the two. I mean, like the emblem is the most value, but very expensive. Yeah. Other than that, like yeah, I mean, like you just gotta get your gear and work on the rest of your stuff. That's it. Thanks. So reroll my pot first, and then go for other equipment. I mean, like for you, if I were you, I would just fix the weapon. Like that's my first priority is fix the weapon, and then just get everything else to 3% stat. And if you have any neophyte items, try to get it to epic or unique because it's really cheap to enhance. But then the sub weapon is like it's good enough for now, but it's something you want to eventually roll off of. Have you checked out MSU tool? Um, I have. I think it's a pretty cool tool. I checked my character account, but the thing is, it's not my main. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I did check my character account. It's probably gonna be worth more, but I'm gonna try to get all the items on it, and then I'll look at it again because right now I don't have all the items on my main. What update is coming? So if you look on their Twitter, you know what? I'll just go over the tweet right now. We'll look at the tweet together. All right. So let's see. Dear MSU community, over the past weeks, we have seen intense feedback, questions concerning even backlash. Some of it came from frustration, some from speculation or FUD, but we take it all seriously because it comes from people who care about this project. All right, let's see. So let's see. We recognize that we have a community in this way. The community deserves this. So the thing is, they haven't really been communicating. They've been pretty silent. No roadmap, no nothing like that. So people do get frustrated with all of the problems in the game. And see, let's see. There's frustration in lack of visible momentum, both in gameplay progress and in the value of assets across the ecosystem, right? Okay, so then they're gonna try to focus on, you know, being more transparent. Like that we really do need more communications, and that's what they're trying to work on. Okay. And I think the reason why they've been very slow on communicating with us is because they're working on the anti-cheat, right? I think that one of the biggest issues is that people have been complaining about hackers, and they are like a very big problem inside the game. And this is what they really been focusing on, in my opinion. That's why we haven't received any big updates. I think that we were supposed to receive a big update this week, but instead they extended the event that we had instead to kind of hold us over while they work on all of these other things. And they're saying that they're saying that they're 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 working on issues that we're not even seeing ourselves. But let's see what's coming next. Okay, so they're aligning with a roadmap with matters to you: clear communications, improvements to game economy and pacing and fairness, more ways to creators and builders to contribute, strategic growth including significant partnerships and broader ecosystem initiatives. I mean, like this is pretty good, right? Wait, let me see where they mentioned Legion. Oh no, it's on the fucking this tweet. This is what I was looking at. I was like, damn. Okay, see, look. So here are the things that they're working on: class reward and balance, right? Their feedback, some class seem overtuned, and they're gonna fine tune them with a boost in hard magnets rewards. And then let's see, game content updates. They're doing new classes, Legion system, and additional contests will roll out throughout July through August. So that means I think that we're not gonna get an update this month, but we're gonna get an update like either early next month or middle of next month. And then the NFT collection system will be enhanced. Yeah, the NFT collection is honestly a little bit underpowered in my opinion. They should buff it a little bit more. Let's see, smoother gameplay. Okay, it fucking lags like crazy sometimes when I play. But yeah, they need to implement more maps or, you know, for ways to people to train. Grinding is like one of the core things in Maplestory. So it's like, I don't know. All right, let's see what do you guys say. Spent 20 mil to get legendary rank up though, dude. It's fucking expensive, bro. When you look at ranking beginner tab, the level 150 is a bug. You think? I don't know. Maybe as a hacker. I don't think a fucking beginner is gonna be level 150 legit. Could be wrong though. How to open up a second or maybe third map for 210 plus players? I mean, the fix that they can do. So in GMS and KMS or whatever, um, they have a thing where two people can train on the same map and the spawns are instants. And I don't know why they don't do something like that for this game. Like that means that essentially you double the amount of maps inside the game, at least at the late game stages. It's been like that for a while. I feel like they take a while to ban people sometimes. Honestly, like there's a lot of accounts that probably slip through their cracks. I don't know if this is true or not, but some of the people that are in the higher level, like they potentially could be macroing for all we know, but they haven't banned them because they probably want to take like their time to build a case against them. That's the only thing I'm assuming. But then if it's like blatant, like very obvious that they're hacking, then they probably get auto banned or whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there that hack and then they get banned and then they're like, oh my god, why did I get banned? And then they try to like go through the support and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think that this game it not only needs like updates, it also needs just like quality of life in general. They should bring over some of the stuff that we have over in like Web2 MapleStory and bring them over here. Like one of the things I wish they had was, I mean, at least thankfully we have the navigator where we can look through other people's equipment and stuff like that. But being able to, just click on someone and look at their stats, their equipment, and everything like that, that's already in like the Web 2 Maple Story. But it's not in this game. But being able to do something like that is nice because, if you're in a party with someone, rather than having to go through the navigator, you can just look at their stats and see if they're even qualified to do the party. Also, how do you guys feel about like a system like we put a Star Force restriction on bosses? This way, if a player is not really investing any sort of money into the game, then they can't do that boss. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I'm not really sure how that would like play out. But basically in CMS, like Chinese Maple Story, apparently they're implementing something like that where you have to have a certain amount of like damage for you to do those bosses. That would work if there was more content than PQ for free to play player. I mean, the thing is, like I'm just talking about like the end game bosses, right? Like I'm talking about like CPAP, Damien, like maybe CRA, but then the Star Force requirement doesn't have to be that high. It just has to be like some sort of Star Force requirement. That way people just don't join the party and they don't contribute at all. I don't know. I don't really know if it's a good system. I just know that they're implementing it in Chinese Maple Story, and I mean, I don't know if they would do something like that in here. It just seems very restricting. But I could also see like the upsides of it. I mean, there are some people that have suggested that we pretty much only put rewards towards Star Force maps, and then create more Star Force maps in basically in this region, or they already have Star Force maps in what do you call it, GMS, in Perion, or future Perion. I'm not gonna find the map right now, but there are Star Force maps already implemented into the game that pretty much go unused because in GMS or in KMS, like no one trains their character to level 200 anymore. Everyone just bonks them. The game is also so limited because of region restriction. It sucks, man. Yeah, I think that if there ever was a big catalyst for the game, it would be when they are able to get into like a big region like the US um or something like South Korea. Like that would be a huge catalyst because uh it's like proves that this game is like, it's like a legit thing, and I could see them bringing in a lot of players. Especially, honestly, it's probably more South Korea than NA in my opinion. Like, yeah, we will get some NA players, but if we get South Korea, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing because that's where like a lot of the heavy spenders spend in Maple Story, and I think that that would be like insane. But I don't know. Just looking at least I don't know anything about South Korea, but in the States, like I find something like that very hard to get through. But if it does, that'd be really really big for the game. I know a lot of people are like that want to play this game, but they probably just feel like it's you're not allowed to. Please make a video at some point about OpenSea reserve names and will it be worth it? I need you to move the markets towards IGNs. I'll think about doing that. I just have like a long list of videos I want to make. So I mean, it's something I could work towards potentially later on in the line. And right now, like I wanted to make a Shadow guide, but they're nerfing or changing the way classes work, so I'll probably hold off on that until the balance changes. But also just in general, I've been like busy with with training this character. I was grinding this character like on average, I think 5 to 6 hours a day, maybe more on some days. Like some days I did 7 hours. And that was just because I really wanted to get this character to level 210 before the reset ended. But now I don't have to work on this character ever again. So like I just train for money, and then I want to grind my main up as high as possible. Um because I want to be like a really good level when Lucid comes out, so I can actually do that boss. I mean that won't be like for another year, so I have time, but so I think that it would be so much better though if they if they just were able to implement the names into the fucking like marketplace, I think that would be way better. Like having it on AVAX is just it just feels very clunky, because a lot of players that come into the game, they they just buy their accounts and then the name doesn't come. I mean, the name just comes with it. You can't like just buy a name or choose a name or whatever. Right now, how much do you average per hour in Dark World Tree? I think per hour it's like 300 something K, like 320, 330. Nobody knows about the preserved IGN. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I think it would just be way better if they just put it into the marketplace and then that would bring a lot more attention to it. I mean, right now I have a lot of names as well. I just holding up. I feel like the best time to sell the names though is it's after fifth job, because then people come in, they're like, I want to grind this game. I actually think that when fifth job comes out, rather than them doing like nodes, I think well, there will be nodes. It just will be I don't think it's going to be the exact same system as we have inside of Web 2. I think it's going to be custom tailored towards this version of the game. I'm just hoping that it won't be like a huge nasal sync. That would be kind of annoying, because the way the nasal sync is already in this game is really really insane with equipment. Having additional layers of nasal sync is it's fine if the equipments were cheaper to enhance. If that makes sense. Would you recommend U Mushroom for free to play players? Well, I recommend the U Mushroom only if you grind a lot. Because even if you're free to play, if you don't grind that much, you don't get that much value out of the mushroom pet. You have to grind at least, like, I mean, in my opinion, it has to be at least like 2 to 4 hours a day. If you're not grinding that much, then probably don't. Apparently, U Mushroom, you gotta be level 200 at least. I don't think so. My friend used a U Mushroom. Oh, oh yeah. In terms of value, yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I could definitely see that, because you don't really make money at the lower levels, at least when you farm. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I think that like, how do you even progress under level 200 when you don't make any money yet? Like you got pretty much just gotta get lucky, right? May I ask how to better my shouter in solo vellum? Oh, you want a gear review? Okay, I'll give you a gear review. All right, let's fucking do this gear review. I mean, the thing is, you're talking about how to do the boss, like, you just gotta practice, But you're talking about gear. That's a whole different thing. See what you got. 10K. Oh, okay. I mean, your stat is good. Go look at other stuff though. For this current cage, oh, okay. That's what I was asking. ID's 85. Okay, 85 is fine. I'm trying to see where you can get easy damage. What the fuck? Oh, your gear is pretty capped already. I'm not gonna lie. So the only thing that can get slightly better is redoing the weapon with 3-line usable, but I don't know if you want to invest in that. I'm trying to look at other stuff that you have. Mm. Do you know how much damage you're missing right now from the boss? For the boss, I mean? Like, have you tried doing it the whole way, and how much damage are you missing? Because that would give me a better idea of how much more damage you need. And, yeah, you can change to the CRA, but there are other options you can do as well. Because right now you're using this belt, although it has very good stats, you can't get it to 17 star. So like you miss out on a lot of damage from that. Honestly, if you're gonna change out anything, I would change out this pendant, this earring. Oh, that's pretty good. Well, the pendant and the earrings, you should get them to the Dominator pendant. I mean, they're cheap now, and the earring is just get the Willow Wisp, get them to 17 star, and they'll give you a lot more damage. Because right now, the biggest issue with your gear is that you do not have any items that can get to 17 star, which means you're lacking in a lot of damage. You have Dominator and Hill Earring? Okay, you have those two, then like you can work on those. Because right now, like your gear is pretty capped. The only thing you can really do is make upgrades with your gear in terms of like the actual gear itself. But the areas you can make upgrades in are the earrings, the pendant, the belt, the I mean, this is a good pot, but like also this and the cape. Put on the transfer. Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. So I think that you are able to get at least the earring, the pendant, maybe look to switch out the cape to something else, then it could be like worthwhile. Do you think this equipment can solo vellum? Have you tried doing it? Like, have you went in and tried and looked at the damage? Because the thing is, the damage. I mean, the gear itself is the pots are good, but you might need a little bit more juice. Because for me, usually when I tell people like, oh, you can solo vellum, it's usually when they have 16 star everything and like really good pots. Okay, yeah, need 10%. Okay, so I think that if you upgrade the earrings, the pendant, and the cape, you should have enough damage. And that includes, getting them to 16/17 star, and then also getting it to like the pots where it's at or slightly better pots. Yeah. I mean, you're close. You're 10%. You can do it with this gear. You just or you can do it with most of your gear. To make upgrades in any other area, it's very hard because your gear is pretty capped out. But if you're 10% left, like you just have to replace a few equipment. Okay, how about Damien? Wait, are you trying to solo Damien or are you trying to like what are you trying to do with it? The reason why you're not doing that much damage to Damien is because um you need more IAD. You need at least you want to solo, you ideally have 93% IAD. But with this equipment, it's pretty much impossible to like with this gear, it's just you just will not have enough damage to solo Damien. I don't even have enough damage to solo Damien. It's pretty much impossible with oh, you don't need a solo. I mean, you could contribute as it is right now. Like you can do it in a party. You just need other people to be strong as well. But ideally, if you want to do Damien, you need to get your ID slightly higher. Well, like you're talking about like the decision to swap off to CRA, like it's a good decision, like no matter what, it just will cost a lot of money. And you invested so much into your gear as it is that it just feels bad to switch off, but it's something that you want to be strong. It makes a really big difference. I think Corsair is 4 times damage in the same stat. Yeah, well, Corsair is one a broken class right now. That class is getting nerfed, and two, it's just like I mean, they might have had better gear rather than just a stat. You gotta look at everything. I don't know if the gear is exactly the same, but you don't have any items that can get to 17 star, and 17 star gives you a ton of damage. So that's like a really big issue. What do you think about staying unchained until Abso? Well, you buy the Unchained, it's not a problem. Like, I mean, if you buy the Abso, it's not a problem. Because okay, let's say like you're unchained like level 1 through 200, that doesn't really matter because you're not going to do any of the bosses regardless. But you're talking about like contributing to a party a lot like this and that. It probably is better to get different gear because you're not going to really contribute that much with unchained. Like you can upgrade it, just know it's very unoptimal to do. But if if you're looking to just use Unchained to get you through the early game and then buy your Absol, that's completely fine. Thank you. I liked your video. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Hope you have a Lotus video. I'll have a video when I solo it, but I mean, in terms of like a guide and all that, I'm not really sure if I'll make one because there are guides already out there on YouTube that are very high quality, I think. And I think that those guides will give you a much better idea of what to do than I can. But in terms of like watching someone do it on a shadower, I'll have it when I start soloing that boss. I just not strong enough yet, or I'll be strong enough maybe soon, but not quite yet. But the thing is, I mean, like with Lotus, that boss is not insanely hard as long as you just practice. It's just recognizing when she pushed or he pushes, and then being able to play in the first phase is very important. I think a shower is a very good class. I just don't know what they're gonna do with them. That's the only reason why I'm holding off on making my guide. I'll hold off on that, then I'll make the guide. Give it some time. I love Chowder, but Lotus and Gaming Team always said they want Corsair. I think it's just because Corsair does a lot of damage. Like the thing is, Shadower gives a lot of value in other places. Like they give a lot of support and all that stuff. But I think that people are probably thinking that Corsair is so OP because they are like they legitimately are broken in terms of damage, but they're gonna get nerfed. So like, just gotta wait a little bit. But I mean, Shower might get nerfed too. I think Shadower is really good in Lotus and Damien though, in terms of like their kit. Like maybe the damage is not there, but that doesn't really matter in my opinion because like like not all classes should be doing like an insane amount of damage with no gear. Like it's just bad game balancing, and they need to fix the numbers. That's it. Yeah, I'll look at your gear. Azu, is your is your name right? I looked it up. I don't see it. What do you think about Ice Lightning Mage for bosses? I mean, they're probably good because they have a bind and they slow the enemies and all that. But I don't know how their damage is. I've heard mixed reviews on their damage, but I mean, in terms of their kit, like they're good enough. And there are players out there that actually there's one player I know that has done Lotus and Damien. Well, it's not really a solo, but it's kind of like a solo. Like what they do is they bring in a bishop mule. So what they do is like you have two people, right? One of them um is playing on their main, and then then the other person is playing on like a bishop mule, and then they trade carries that way, basically. So they just have like a mule for each account or for each player. Because then the bishop gives 10 FD and also gives IED. So that has enough damage to usually get a lot of people over the fight without having to invest more into the character. All right. Let's see. We got 3K decks, 81 IED. Okay. Some decent crit damage. Oh, we're looking for attack speed +1, huh? That's just hard to get, so good luck on that. Look at this. It's pretty good emblem. Okay. Oh. Okay. Are you looking to swap off of Von Leon? Because I think that you're actually in a good spot where if you swap out Von Leon, you can go CRA. Even if you go like CRA, no pot or anything like that, it's probably better than what you have because your pots are really bad on the Von Leon. The CRA, like that thing will give you a lot of damage, and you can work on it a little bit, and it'll be way better than what you have going on right now. It'll also give you IED, which you're missing a little bit of. And let's see what else. Oh yeah. Other than that, it's getting your pots up to like epic slash. I mean, I would just get all of your ring pots up to unique. Okay, so what I would do is maybe consider. I would definitely consider swapping off the Von Leon. Get everything to unique two line on the accessories, and then you can work on this a little bit for the B pot. Maybe get it to unique, and then consider swapping this to Absolab. And then also work out. Oh, sorry. Before you swap out Absolab, though, you want to probably work on getting the belt and the earrings to 17 star. Can Paladin solo endgame or only support? Uh, I mean, like, are you talking about like Lotus and CPAP and Damien? The thing is, for CPAP, probably can solo it. Lotus and Damien, you need a for sure. Like you need to for sure be more funded because they don't do that much damage. You'll oh okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can rewatch and it'll probably help you understand more. Can you teach Shadow skill for Damien? I mean, I can show you like some things to do in the boss fight if you want me to. Where does the gold emblem drop? I've seen the silver one drop on the Infernal Wolf, but never seen the raffle on the gold one. They drop on the harder boss, the harder Infernal Wolf portals. So rather than yeah. So as you can see, these are like the lower level wolves, but you go to the higher level ones, you can get the gold emblems from them. I mean, the drop rate is so low on these, like you're probably not gonna ever hit one. I never have gotten one in this game. I mean, the drop rate is let's see. I mean, it's pretty low, but there's 12. Like, I mean, they're like there's a decent generation. Like 12 is a decent amount that get generated, but the drop rate is extremely low. So I mean, your best bet is to buy one. You pretty much cannot get guaranteed to even get one. It's so hard. I'll do a small, quick Damien like not really a guide, but I'll just show you like some tips on how to fight him a little bit. The only really thing I think about Shower that makes the boss fight not easier, but it would make them like something I don't think enough Shadowers do is they don't keep enough uptime with their Shadow Veil in Damien. Like there's some people don't even know that you can do this. Are you participating in good raffles right now before reset? I'll show you what I got after. All right, right here. So basically, all you gotta do is just put up your Shadow Veil and you can hit them. This is really important for uptime. Yeah, that's I would say that's like the most important thing to do. Well, other than that, it's just hitting the boss. Let's see. I'll show you the raffles I'm in. So I've been doing Lotus and Damien, so I share the loot. Let's see, I got Peak Beam Belt, but it ain't looking too good for me, boys. All right, let's see. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm getting, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so we're getting 6 of the Damien coins. We got warrior pants, What do you guys think? Should I sell this or should I put it in the collection? I've been just putting it into the collection for a lot of items I get. Because the thing is, like, this won't even be worth that much next week, right? I got a badge, some money, aquatic eye, and I also got 4 tokens. So we split all the loot so on the Lotus and Damien, so it's not like I get anything like special. Your Damien solo? No, I duo it. I duo it. And also right here, this is my Damien loot, my Lotus loot. Let's see. This is for this week. I mean, he's got money and energy. Nothing too crazy. I'm putting this in my collection. The high maple drop rate is so fucking low, but my god best friend got 2 in a week. Like, how did he do it? Definitely fucking lucky. Like, it's so hard to hit those. I've never gotten one. What boots slash cape should I upgrade to after Von Leon? Get the Absolab. I'm starting to work on Absolab already. And I'll show you my other character that I did the boss on. All right. So this is what I'm getting for this Damien right here. So I'm getting the coins, money, some Cygnus shit. Got a Velo mount. Yeah, mostly money. Honestly, this is actually a pretty good amount of money. But yeah, that's this week's, and then maybe when I complete it, when I complete the boss again, I'll show you what I get after. Yeah, I think that I don't think any class can solo Damien except Corsair because the damage is so high. Maybe if I was more funded, I could try it, but I don't know. He needs so much damage to be able to even solo that boss. You know what's funny is when they nerf that class, they're probably gonna say something like, "Oh, fix the bug where Corsair did X amount of damage more," and then they just nerf the shit out of them. When do you think is a good time to buy Sierra stuff? I mean, just buy it after reset because there's gonna be a ton out there. How about solo Lotus? I'm really close to soloing Lotus. How much did you put in the game? You don't mind me asking? How's your ROI? I'm definitely negative. I put in more than 5 figures. So I mean, I just play this game for fun, you know. I just play this game for fun because if you play it for money, it's very hard to make money in this game. But I'm playing it also because I think that it could be big in the future, you know. So I'm not only just betting on it today, but I'm betting on its success in the future. Let's see. How much did you put? Oh, sorry, I already answered that. When is the reset? The reset is in 1 hour. So that's when everyone gets their loot. See right here. Sorry, I'm bad with my hotkeys. You see, you can see right here. It says 55 minutes later claimable. That's when the reset happens. All these little energy things will go on to sale, and you can scoop them for dirt cheap. What upgrades am I planning on making for my own character? Right now, I'm starting to work on upgrading to Absolab. So Absolab, and then slowly start working on my BPOS. They can use a little bit of improvements. But other than that, like I'm pretty capped out. Like there's very little. Oh, actually, one thing I am going to start working on is my Legion. That's something I'm going to work on very soon. Do you think NFT collection put set is value? I'm not sure what you mean by the question. I see. I'm free to play with 6K stand out, but it's very hard to progress while making money. Yeah, you pretty much can't progress while making money. It's like very hard. Like you can, but like it's pretty difficult. I don't know. How Legion gonna work? Okay, so basically what Legion is basically like your whole like all the characters in your account basically count towards your Legion, and the more Legion you have, it means that you get better stats. That's basically what it is. Oh, what's my level for my NFT collection? So 42. I spent over like 100 mil to get it there, so it's not very cheap to do. But I mean, I'm not gonna tell someone to do that. It's a very good thing to do eventually. Do you think Shadow will be nerfed? Probably. I don't think they'll be nerfed in terms of their kit, but maybe their damage a little bit. But I mean, like, what else can they nerf about it, right? Like, the only thing else I think they can nerf about it is nerfing smokescreen. So instead of ignoring like the majority of the boss mechanics, it'll just act kind of like how Darkseid acts. That's the only thing I can think of it doing. Because right now, when you use smokescreen on certain things like Papulatus or Magnus or whatever, then I think that that is reasonable to nerf. But other than that, it's like I don't know what else. Like I wouldn't like it if they nerfed them that way because like I think that would just be a more annoying like for me to boss with. But like I can readjust. But it honestly hurts like newer players more because they can't abuse those mechanics. They have to actually do the boss like how other classes do the boss. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Corsair is. I mean, like all the classes are gonna get a balance change. What do you guys think is the worst class in the game right now? I really don't know, but I mean, it's gotta be like Bowmaster, right? Or Dark Knight. That's what I think right now. Maybe one of those two. I could be wrong though. I don't know anyone that says good things about Dark Knight, but I could be wrong. But I heard a lot of people complain about Bowmaster, so maybe they're not that strong. Well, I think that buffing some of the classes would be really nice. Rather than nerf everything, like the only thing I think that really needs a nerf is Corsair's damage. Like maybe I sound very biased because I play Shadower, but like it shouldn't really be like possible to solo Damien or Lotus with less stats than everything else. Like I really don't think that that's just bad game design because people have to invest maybe 50% more to do the same amount of content as you. I don't think that's very good. Like some classes are going to be better than other classes. Like that's fine, but not 50% better than the other one. Let's see. Oh, I finally catched up to your stream. And what do you think of for current prices? Uh like for the whole entire like market, I think that if you enjoy playing the game, then you should pick up the items that you want. That's the way I see it. Like you shouldn't expect to get returns on this game because if you are, you're probably going to be very disappointed because like just look at the price of NXPC, right, guys? Like it's not very profitable. So like that's the way I see it. Like you shouldn't really try to make money on this game, but you can potentially make money later down the line if the game gets better release like content, like more classes and everything like that. Like then it would then you can potentially make more money because then it would bring more people to play this game and then maybe you can make money when you're in a good spot in the game. Um Am I still enhancing your equipment or you just sell out cash now? I don't. I have not cashed out any amount of money yet because as I said before, I don't play this game to make money. I think it's not very feasible. Like you can like I could start selling stuff right now this day and I can probably do it for X amount of time, but I don't need to. I will probably save up every single money I make in this game, and then when more content comes out, I'll either one try to push for that content, or two I will. Um, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I'll do. Where did Luke go? Oh yeah, this is my second character. Yeah, so this is the second the two main meta basically. This is the second one I trained up. Corsair's Brain Scrambler is 2 OP. Yeah, exactly. That's why I told my friends because I know Brain Scrambler is extremely strong skill. Even in GMS or KMS today, that skill is very strong, and that skill hasn't even had like a boost on it. So it's like a fourth job skill that is just very strong. And I think that's the skill that's making the class really, really, really OP right now. So I'm expecting some of the numbers for that to get dropped a little bit. What's your priority for enhance your equipment now? Um, I'm going to work on Apsalab. That's like my biggest, in my opinion, my biggest gain because the set effect is really good, and I really want to start swapping off the other shit. It's not as good. What's the huge update you're talking about? They're gonna update the game in July and August with new class, Legion, and just new updates basically. What do you think? When do you think we can get new content? Because I've seen already people quitting so much they earn that much anymore. Because I've seen one of Web3 projects, majority of the players can make money off of it. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't think this game is gonna die, right? It's a very big distinction between like people quitting because they can't make any money, and there's people quitting because the game isn't fun. And I think, like, at least anecdotally, right, what I'm seeing from a lot of people, at least amongst my friend group, is they like playing the game for fun. Like we genuinely enjoy playing the game. We spend money on the game because we find it fun. But you know, potentially down the line, as they release more content and stuff like that, then like it could maybe get better to a point where like you could start spending money, or some of the items that you have are worth a lot more value that you can sell for more money. I entered the game when token was 1.5. Now we blow below $1 already. Yeah, the thing is, like, okay, think about it this way, right, guys? The game doesn't really change that much if the value of the token goes down, right? Like the amount of money that you make in the game, it doesn't change. Like the value of it goes down, but you know, the game works the exact same way. And they have a lot of runway that they don't rely on like making money through the game to run the game for at least like 5 years, because they put $100 million into this game, right? That's a lot of money. They have a lot of runway, at least a few years worth of runway. So like even if the token doesn't do that well, it doesn't really matter for the success of the game in terms of how fun it is and how it develops. Now, of course, they could end up shutting it down if they you know if the numbers really don't make sense. But the thing is, the game, in my opinion, at least every day, I see every single channel is packed at night, or for me, it's at night. Every single channel is packed. When I wake up in the morning, every single channel is packed. Like, there's a lot of people playing this game. You know, it's just like there's just a lot of negativity around it because the token price isn't doing that well. Which I understand. You know, if you're playing this game and you put money into it, and then your investment isn't doing that well, like of course you're going to be very disappointed. Yeah, the thing is, you're saying it's bots, but the thing is, there's a lot of people that genuinely play this game at the end game level. They're like, in my guild, there's people that, they're looking for parties and all that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I think there are some bots at some of the maps in the end game, but like to say all the players are genuinely bots, I think that is definitely not correct. Like just to say that the majority of it maybe because just how the wallet numbers are inflated because of how the bot system works. But there are a pretty good genuine amount of people that play this game. Well, I mean, I've been telling people this like for a while now, that if you play this game, you shouldn't like play it only to make money. You should uh play it because you want to have fun with the game, and then maybe you can make money in the future. But I mean, like, I think there's one thing that's guaranteed is if you stick around long enough, you build up the money and all that stuff. Like you build up your nasal stack and all that stuff. Like if fifth job comes out, like I mean, I don't see how the token price doesn't go up at least 2x from when fifth job comes out. That's going to be a really big update with so much more content and all that stuff. Will mage get stronger down the line, like fifth job? Because I feel like fire poison is getting weaker. No, fire poison is actually not even that bad right now. I think that the class is just very hard to play, so the majority of people that play that class just don't play it that well. But on top of that, like I think fire poison is like not that bad at fifth job. It's just even at fifth job, like the class is just not easy. Deleted 60 mil for the green FN. Oh, you got the legendary? That's nice. That's pretty good, bro. Congrats. I don't say that too, but we know like half the game are bots, and you can see that if the bot is off or it didn't update yet. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm just talking about like in the late game. Like, there are people that like genuinely play. Like, I know there are a lot of bots in the early game. I'm just saying, like, every single channel is packed. when I play at a certain time, and then there's always people looking to do like later game bosses, and that's only for this world too. That's not even counting the other servers. Like I don't know the genuine hard numbers of people playing this game, but I mean it's only gonna grow if the game gets better, right? I think the biggest issue for this game right now is just the fact that there's just so many like problems with the progression. Like the progression is very bad right now. That's it. Sir Yoked, I hit legendary in 2 taps. Was gonna do 5. Holy fuck! So all you guys got legendary now. Hey, maybe I should start duoing instead of trioing. Oh. 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 Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. Honestly, fucking emblem. I mean, the fucking weapon is ass to do, bro. That is wild, bro. RIP 80 mil. Can you boom items in here? No, you cannot boom. The reason why items are so expensive to enhance in this game is because you can't boom. Yeah, you could boom. It's something called major failure. I'll show you guys. You look at this. Major failure is 2.1%. So you can definitely boom. You wish they bring that back. I mean that's I mean that is one of my biggest complaints is the fact that they made it way too easy to obtain all these in-game items. Like the balancing is very, very bad. I've already said this multiple times of how they distributed the rewards. Because now like I don't even think it's really worth going. Well, this is just my opinion, right? Like you're spending money on the game, like you might as well not spend on fucking like the shit gear. You might as well try to get the good gear. What does major failure mean? You're not booming the item. It just goes back to 10 stars. What I think is the best ability for Shadower is for sure Smokescreen. Smokescreen and Darkside. Those two skills are so OP. I mean, I kind of I don't know how I feel about like them doing all these changes to tailor it towards like a system where it doesn't you can't boom items. I just know that it's very unfun for a lot of players because trying to even get to uh 18 stars, it's like it's just so expensive, and I think that the majority of people that play the game should just stick with 16/17 star. Oh, I mean stat abilities. I mean, you want to find out your best hyperstats, you just use a calculator. It's the best way. You go to maplen.gg and then just use the hyperstat calculator. Because then you know I can't tell you the exact setup because every single stat of yours is different than mine. But of course, like I can give you like a very generalized like idea, but it's not going to be the exact best that you can have. But ideally, you do want to get like your IED to a good spot, and then your crit rate. Those are really important, and also just rounding it off with boss damage, and crit damage. But it really just depends on your setup. Like sometimes I wish that this game they didn't tie the price of NXPC to the price of NASO, and then instead you had to like earn everything, right? Because I think what happened in the beginning was like too many people wanted to enhance at the exact same time, and the fact that you can even just straight up buy Meso with NXPC is it makes it that people progress extremely fast. Oh, I was about to say that boss is taking your damage and then you just proceed to delete it. Well, yeah, it's because the boss has like 20 seconds or something of like you just can't do damage to it. So then I just hit it until it just gets deleted. Like, imagine if this game was like GMS, right? Where like it worked kind of like the same way, like in reg server, and then you would like you can boom items, you can like there's a unlimited amount of items. Like I don't even think it would be that bad because like they have made it work in those games, right? I don't know. It's just like a food for thought because with this dynamic enhancement system, it's just like sometimes it feels like you're spending way too much fucking money. And the thing is, like, you have to value items more based off of the enhancement value than the item itself. Before it was like if you had the item, it was like very valuable, but now it's like if your item is enhanced, then I think it's worth way more now than the item itself. When it should be like both. Like I don't really account for how good the item is. I account mostly for the enhancements now. Do you think level 200 is still worth? I mean, you could do that. It just takes like 2 to 3 weeks to do it. Why am I using the gold one? It's because the gold one it spreads more. The red one it targets the highest HP one, so it makes the farming a little bit worse. But I mean, it just really depends. Like as you can see, this one it spreads like way more, so I can clear a lot better. I can have a very lazy rotation in this map. This is honestly this map is probably better than the other map for me because I can just go in a straight line and I don't have to really think about it. It's very comfortable. But it's honestly only really good if you're strong. If you're not that strong, you can't do this rotation. Let's see. Hyper burning won't be here. But hyper burning here would go crazy, but probably won't be implemented for a while. I mean, the thing about hyper burning is that it's very good for a game like GMS and KMS because everything that you do is on your own account. But the fact that we can buy and sell accounts here is why they probably won't ever do something like that. Because like otherwise people would just mass make those items or those accounts and then they just sell them for links and legion. It pretty much devalues your links and legions. In your situation, because you have a lot of damage, gold is good for you because you almost one shot everything. Yeah, exactly. So it just makes everything so much more comfortable to train it. But it doesn't really matter like at the end of the day if I use whatever I think. But I think this one it just clears it more optimally. Oh yeah, well, I also do want to talk a little bit about how I'm starting to prepare for Legion. So we know Legion is gonna come out in 1 through 2 months, right, guys? So I think that if you're willing to spend the money, then it's probably not a bad idea to buy like level 170 accounts because they're kind of going for cheaper than they're cheap enough in my opinion that you can buy them and they just train them to level 200. Of course, not everyone is going to do this, but if you have like your link characters, you can just train those instead and just get them to level 140. There's a lot of value in that. But how I'm preparing for it is um I'm starting to purchase the what you call it Unchained gear. So I'm buying it for all the characters, and then I'm working on like stuff like the rings and stuff, so I can get them juiced enough so I could start training. I'm not gonna buy level 200 characters. They're way too expensive, and I'd rather just train them myself. But after this event ends, I'm gonna start instead of grinding on my main, I'm gonna start grinding on my Legion characters, and I'm gonna try to get them to level 200. But this is like something I'm gonna be doing over like the span of weeks and months. It's not like something I'm gonna do right away. And also, when Cygnus Knights comes out too, like I'll be training those too. Like those are probably gonna go for a premium. What's a Legion character? They're basically other characters on your account, and it's gonna count for something called like a Legion board. and it basically gives you like additional stats. But I'll explain everything like in depth on a video like later down the line when the system actually comes out. But just know like it's a system inside the game where the more progressed your overall account is in character levels, it gives you a lot of damage. And this is actually really important if you want to like get damage that is like it's technically a way to progress in terms of damage that is completely free, which is why like I think that if you're a free to play player, it's something that you can work on. Of course, like you shouldn't really work on it until like your actual main character is like level 200 at least, optimally at least level 210, so you can be doing like max damage to Lotus and Damien. But if you're so weak to the point where you can't even do Lotus and Damien, then level 200 is fine. I zeroed out. Oh hell no. Oh no. It kind of hurts, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry for your loss. What's the best Cygnus Knight at 4th job? I've only played Dawnware until 5th job, but don't know anything about the other ones. I think that the best Cygnus Knights is for sure going to be Dawn Warrior and Nightwalker. At least if they're the way they are in the GMS or KMS, because Dawnware is pretty much has everything you would want in a class. It has a bind, it has support, it has like decent damage, it has good mobbing. Like they're just a really good overall class. The only thing is I don't know how good their damage exactly is, because you don't really know how much damage a class does until it comes out, and then people start talking about like the damage and how that class feels and stuff like that. So I can't comment on like how much damage it does, but it's very good because of all those reasons. But on top of that, they have like a very good 5th job as well. So you're not only playing a good character now, you are also playing a good character that is going to be like very valuable in parties in 5th job as well. And then Nightwalker is good because for the same reasons, except their training is maybe not as good in 4th job, and they don't give support, but they have other tools, and they probably have like the best burst in the game because they have like a proper like burst setup. But I would say like you should just play the class that you like playing the most. But those two classes in particular, I think, are going to be very good and very popular. But yeah, if you wanted to buy like warrior shit right now, like I would start buying warrior shit. That's just gonna go up a little bit probably when Dawnware comes out. I know that there are a few people that are they stocked up on the Kaiseriums. Like they wanted to make their own Kaiserium because they want to play Dawn Warrior when it comes out. That item is basically like one of the best items you can have for a very long time. So it's good to invest in. I mean, it's very expensive though. I think that if you wanted to make like it's not. I wouldn't say it's like very lucrative, but if you're gonna train a character to level 200 during the times when those new classes come out, you can train a character level 200, and you can definitely sell them for a decent amount of value because they're gonna have like value from Legion, and they're also gonna have value because people want to play those classes and they don't want to train it up themselves. Like I think that if a Nightwalker was reasonably priced, I was thinking about switching, then I would probably buy a character. I might make a Dawnware then, since I used to love Dawnware but don't remember much about its 4th job. Dude, Dawnware's 4th job is very, very good. They have like their burst, they basically just don't have a burst, but their whole kit is still there. They have like really good movement, they have an iframe, they have support, they have a bind, like their kit is extremely complete. It's a very complete class. Like similar to how like Shadower is a complete class, like they have a lot of tools to deal with stuff. Like Dawnware is the same thing. The thing is, I just don't know how their damage is. That's it. Like a lot of classes in this game as it currently is not very complete. Like they either one don't provide a lot or they just are very weak in terms of damage. Like you gotta have like one or the other, right? Like for example, like Paladin, we know it's a really good class because it brings a lot to the table. But the other classes like Bowmaster, they don't bring a lot to the table. They just bring sharp eyes, which is pretty good, but I don't know. Thoughts on this game's long-term survival? I mean, like this game is for sure gonna last at least 3 to 5 years because they have a lot of runway. The price of the token doesn't matter about this game's survival. I just hope you guys know that because the thing is, they're not using the in-game currency to fund the operations for this game. That's the only thing the in-game currency is really used for is for enhancements right now. So like I think it'll at least survive for 3 to 5 years. And I mean, the most important thing is if they see more players come into the game. But the game is only out for a month, so we'll see how it does. What do you think about Buccaneer? I think Buccaneer is a very good class. I just think that you might not like playing it because the mobbing isn't that good, but everything else is good about it. It has good damage, it has good support, has good movement. It just has really bad mobbing. I might buy a level 160 marksman and slowly level up because that's the also class I only like on the fifth job. Yeah, marksman is a very really good. I think it's a really decent class. It has very good solo bossing. I think the damage is supposed to be good. It's probably better than bowmaster, but I mean you should just play whatever class you find enjoyable. I mean fifth job is not gonna come out for a while, so it's gonna be a minute, guys. We got a lot of content to go through before fifth job comes out. I mean, of course, like I'm excited for that shit to come out too. The game becomes way better. But I think there definitely is a possibility that it comes out at the end of the year. But I feel like if they do that, they need to do it smart. What I really want them to do is they need to do like more like teasers, like update teasers. I think that would be very very good. How much do I farm per hour? I make 320ish k per hour. Let's see. Hold up. Just saw your enhanced video. I want to subscribe from cost as free to play. I'm shaking. Yeah, I mean the game is very hard to progress as free to play. That's why I'm excited for this update because it's going to give players a little bit more ways to progress in the game. Because I think one thing people are just frustrated with is it's very hard to progress without spending money. Like they need more progression verticals in this game. I'm a bishop 186. I dropped unchained staff and bought an unchained suit. Should I complete the set first or buy the secondary weapon first? I would probably. Well, the thing is, I would only buy the secondary weapon if I enhance it. You don't enhance it, then you should buy everything else first. But you get a lot of value from enhancing the secondary because what you call it, you can start working on it right away, and that value will carry on throughout the rest of like the time you're gonna be playing this game. Hey, can you say a few words about update one more time? I just joined the stream. Yeah. So basically, um, the updates that we're gonna have is that there's gonna be new classes that are gonna come out. We're gonna get the Legion system, and then they're gonna change some stuff with like rewards balancing with magnets and stuff like that. Let's see. Don't you think whales be mad? Free to play players will be able to kill harder bosses without any investment. Basically, devalue their equipment. Well, I mean, the thing is, before I would be like, oh, they shouldn't, give players more damage, like so easily, right? But as the game is right now, it doesn't really matter because all the equipments are basically like giga cheap to farm anyways. It's not really that expensive to buy an item anymore. Before it was like, you know, if there was an item inside the pool, it was very, 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 very valuable. But now there's not that much value left in in items compared to how it was before because they're so easy to get, right? Like if you really wanted to buy an item for cheaper, you could probably wait the next week and it'll be cheaper, right? That's how the drop rates have been and how they will probably continue to be. And that's why I think the balancing was they made a mistake on the balancing. But I mean, there's nothing really we can really do about that. But like in terms of like equipment devaluing, I mean they already got devalued. Like Absolab was going for like 200 mil from like 2 to 3 weeks ago, and now they're only going for like 40 mil. So like they're gonna keep going down. So you can just be patient. You'll eventually be able to pick one up. The same thing as CRA. CRAs were going for 60 mil, and now they're only going for like 5 through 10 mil, right? So they get cheaper every week because of how they did the thing. So giving players more damage doesn't really change anything because once the pools are drained out, like it doesn't really matter at that point. Like it's just RNG if you get the loot or not, anyways. Let's see. I'm a Shadow Rab Necroslayer, but nothing else. All free to play. Should I buy? What should I buy with free to play? It gives me enough damage. Buy the secondary. That's the most important thing after the weapon. But if you can't afford the secondary, then maybe buy like some accessories. The thing is the item itself, like the value of the item itself, I don't know why they made the drop rate so high. Because they made the drop rate so high, it devalued like everything. So you think in 2 weeks most of the items lose their price? I'm not saying that they will like okay, let's say like you have an item that's enhanced, right? That enhanced item, like the base value of it will not go down just from like will go down from the item itself, right? Like for example, I have like this Fafnir weapon, right? Like now you can get this weapon for I think like 15 through 20 mil, something like that, right? I don't know the exact numbers, but let's just say like 25 mil. But like 3 weeks ago, it was like 200 plus mil to get a Fafnir, right? But the enhancement on this item makes it have way more value. Like this item should be worth more than 200 mil because of the enhancements alone, because it costs over 200 mil to get everything to legendary and 16 star. So that's just like how I see it. Like the item itself doesn't really have like an insane amount of value compared to like what is on it. But before it was like the item had a lot of value and also the enhancement had a lot of value. So you had both. It was really good. But now it's just the enhancements, and it's just gonna keep dropping because of just how the drop system works in this game, right? Like before, it was good or it was in a good spot, and then they kept juicing it, and then now before like when you had a Cygnus drop, it was worth like 5 mil. Now it's worth like 1 mil. It's and it's not like the drop rate goes down. It's pretty much consistent. You can see how much gets charged per cycle and how much gets drained from the pool. It's just how the game works. But it's weird because they said that they wanted to make it where it's like the items were very limited. I mean, honestly, the thing that I think we really gotta watch out for is when the fission and fusion system comes out, because like right now there's clearly there's an abundance of items in the market. I mean, it could also mean that items in general were overvalued, but there is an abundance, I would say, of items in the market, and when the fission and fusion system comes out, it could make it so that the price of NXPC goes down, but it also could balance it in a way where it's like, okay, like, this is what the price of everything should be. But I don't know. We got to see how that system works when it comes out. We just don't know yet. I mean, I think that when that system comes out, it's for sure gonna make NXPC drop a little bit at least, and then maybe from then on, like we could see if it's even worth like like I don't know, like we just gotta see how it works out. I don't know. The system is just very strange to me. I don't know if it's going to work out in the long term, but it's like a bet on the team, right? I'll be honest, I have no idea what you're saying, lol. I'm not too complex. I just play the game for fun, free to play style. Yeah, I mean, you enjoy the game like free to play like, for fun, then like you'll probably enjoy it way more. But when I'm talking about the fusion and fission system, it's like a whole completely different system inside the game that is it's like a new thing. that they're implementing to the game. But I mean, like I'll probably explain that more when the system actually does come out. All right, does anyone want a gear review? Because I'm going to take a break in a bit. So if you want a gear review, you gotta get it right now. Other than that, we're gonna get off in a bit. I'm wondering what other classes they would actually release though. Like Cygnus Knights, I think are a given, but I'm curious to see if like they'll release Resistance or like Heroes of Maple first. I don't know what they're gonna release next after Cygnus. You think Resistance? I wonder what Resistance would be good. Iran would be right after. Oh yeah, I can see Iran. Yeah, I wonder if they would do like I think they're gonna do Cygnus like all at once, right? Like it'd be very weird if they did like one at a time. They should just do they would do it all at once for sure, right? But I think I could see them do like Iran and and what's the other fucking hero classes? Phantom, and then maybe Mercedes, and then Resistance too. I don't know. Oh, true, true. They would for sure do Dual Blade and Cannoneer because they're part of the fucking explorers. It's not your bad. You want to make money off the game. I'm just saying it's probably not very optimal. Like there's probably better ways to make money. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, there are people that make money off this game. It's just very different. Let's see. I don't take the portal because one, I don't want to lose my map, and two, I'm lazy. I usually when I train like in reboot, I never took the portals unless it was purple portal, and they don't have purple portals in this game yet. I'm not gonna lie though, guys. Um I don't really like playing dual blade that much. I tried playing it before. I did not like that class. It's too weird for me. When you're in third country, there's not so much you can do about it. Well, I mean, honestly, you live in a third world country, like the pay is probably like decent, right? I don't know. I mean, you're living in a third world country and you can play games for a living, like I would probably do it too. But then the thing is, I just think that it takes the fun away from actually playing the game. And at the end of the day, it does just become a job. Because like at least in Maplestory, I like playing the game because I can progress, right? And if I don't make any progression, then it's not really fun to me anymore. But that's just me personally. But if you find the game fun where you can just train a character and sell it, and then that's really good. Too many combos on DB. Iran had like a combo system as well, but I don't know how to explain it. I know how Iran thing works, but with DB, I just don't like how their kit feels. Like it just doesn't really feel very, very smooth in my opinion. But I mean, I just don't like classes that are like cooldown classes. I like playing classes that just have like one button, but they have like a little bit of nuance to them. Let's see, bought a new mousepad and keyboard, selling 3 counts. Bro, what? Yes, when I started, it's fun getting money playing, but after a couple games down the line, it kind of takes the fun away. I mean, yeah, I mean, just for me, like I agree that like I understand the allure and the concept of making money off a game. I truly do understand that. I think that it's just for me personally. I like playing games so I can like progress. At least in the MMOs, like if you're not progressing, it's not as fun. Now, if it gets to a point where it's like I don't have to progress anymore, I'm like at a place where it's like it doesn't make sense. Like it's either too costly or I don't have to because I'm clearing every single piece of the content. Then yeah, like I'll start selling the all the stuff for money too. Let's see. You would hate Blaster then, Lamau? I yeah, I don't know how to play Blaster that well. I'm not gonna lie. I've played it before, but I just train it and then that's it. Aren't am I at that point? I'm very close at that point. I'm very close. The thing is, I'm not soloing Lotus and Damien yet, so once I get to that point, then yeah, I'll consider myself at that point. Let's see. Do you think you Mushroom gonna come back to the game? I mean, when the supply, what are we gonna do? I think that they're going to create ways for people to get vac pets for sure. Like it won't be a perma vac pet, but I could see them doing something like a NFT collab with other NFT companies or whatever. Like let's say for example, Pudgy Penguin, they can have like a event collab with them, and then they can issue something like a temporary like Pudgy pet. I could see them doing something like that, but not sure if they would do that anytime soon. It's just an idea. Also, you are right. My character is fully juiced, but I want to upgrade to Absolab for the some of my items, and then I mean, like at that point, it's just working on Link's Legion, and then I don't know when they come out with new content, then I'll consider. But I don't think I'm gonna even try to push for 18, 19, or 20 star, or sorry, anything above 19 star. I don't think I will push because it's really way too expensive. It's very unreasonable to get to that point in the game right now. If you have a 14 ETH NFT, you can have a pet for 100 days. No, no, that's not what I mean. I don't mean like you get airdropped a pet. I meant like they're gonna have a collab where like like Pudgy Penguin is gonna have a collab with the actual game, and then there's gonna be like an event or something. Like I don't know, like they have like mini games inside like Maplestory, like the Web 2 one, right? Where you can like play a mini game, and then maybe if you beat that mini game in this game, then you get a chance to win like a vac pet. I could see them doing something like that. But I mean, like I think that would be a little bit ridiculous to only get value if you have the NFT. You know, I think they will do something more like inclusive with all the players. That's a way better event. You know, an event that includes all the players. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to some like custom events that we have from the game. Right now, we haven't gotten shit. Like this check-in event is not really an event. It's like you just check in and you get you just get EXP. Oh, but make sure that you do this because you get the storm pot. Storm pot's actually pretty good. But it's like I don't know, dude. The check-in is so crazy. Season 4 loot, check-in season 3. Yeah. I really hope they don't extend this event one more time. Like I want something like fresh, like some new fresh content. I don't think it's gonna come this week, but or this upcoming week, but I think maybe the first week or the second week of July. So I mean, I'm just hoping like for something, drop a teaser, something to just to get the ball rolling. But I mean, this month is almost ending, and then we're gonna for sure get an update soon. I mean, I'm hoping that Legion comes out earlier than later because it gives time for people to start progressing their accounts. Like that system is very nice for free to play players. I think that the main thing they really need to do is they should just lower the flame event from 15 days to 7 days. That would be so much better. But instead, it's like it takes way too long to get a flame. I've been working on my weapon flame. I flamed it like 3 to 4 times, and I still haven't hit anything good on it. It's so annoying because like your weapon flame gives you so much damage, and if you have like a bad flame on it, it's like so annoying to work on. What flames do you use? I use the red flames. The thing is, anytime I get like you can get flames from like farming. I don't know exactly which. I don't know if you get it from normal monsters or elite boss or whatever. But like anytime you get a flame from farming, like I just use it on my weapon, and I've gotten 2 red flames, but like they're all ass. What stats are you searching for in flames? It depends on the item, but ideally on the weapon, you want flat attack. You want as much attack as you can get, like flat attack, and then you happen to hit like boss damage or whatever. It's also really good. But on top of that, you're looking like at your other stats and shit like that. Like you just want like either attack percent stat or any flat of your stat. Why don't I save it for better flames? Because the thing is, the reason why you use something like an eternal flame or a black flame, it doesn't make your odds of getting like a good flame better. Except the only thing that changes is the flame tier. It's very confusing, but like I could end up getting nothing. I have much better odds if I just use the red flame. Will I change to Absolab? Yeah, I'm working on it slowly right now. I'll probably have it either by the end of this week or something like that. This event is crazy. I mean, if you like the event, that's good for you. It's probably good if you train if you're training your early game. I mean, the end of the check-in event is really nice because you get the storm pot. The storm pot's actually pretty good. If you're gonna use the storm pot, the most value you get from it is at level 199 or anything above 199 actually, yeah. So make sure that if you use it, you're like at least at that level, you get the most value out of it. Like using it at level 140 doesn't really feel that good. You spend 21 days to get one level is I don't know if that's really worth it. At level 140 at least level 140. I don't know. I think that they should make a flame event. I wouldn't be surprised actually to say that to see them doing something like a flame event where bosses drop flames or something like that, because bosses do drop flames in the other game. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them implement that in the game. Absolute better than CRA set. Only the only thing that you really need from the Absolute set is a shoulder, gloves, cape, and shoes. The CRA is good as it is. I think that I would keep the CRA pretty much forever. I don't really see myself ever swapping off of it, which is why I think it's a very good investment. Like the honor point boxes, yeah, something like that, where like they need like an event or something, or something like that, where you can buy flames from people, or you get them from bosses. Because the thing is, even though like flames give you a lot of damage for like it's not free, but like it's a way to get damage. Like it's I don't think it's gonna make the power level of the server so insane to the point where it's like everyone's gonna be clearing Lotus and Damien. I mean, even at this point in the game, like people are clearing it like pretty consistently. There's a good amount of people doing it already. I mean, they'll probably do it slowly over time, but having flames in the game would be very nice because it would make it that a lot of free to play players, they can start working on flames like as an additional way to get more damage. But I just personally feel like that's what the game needs. It's like progression systems that don't entirely revolve around spending money, but like you can pay for it if you wanted to. And like yeah, the honor boxes is kind of like a soft way of doing that, but I mean like I don't know, the honor box is so RNG, is so annoying to do if you are looking for the perfect line. And they also limit you. Like why do they even limit you in the first place? Like does it really make sense why they limit you in the uses? There's got to be a reason why, right? I don't know. I feel like there shouldn't even be a limit. Like why is there a limit? All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here for watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys in the next one. So, guys.